back to another video on Arc Ascended official PvE. Today we're doing Alpha Tek Cave. We start the video with simply listing what we took in. This way you can pause the video if needed. We do this without crazy bread teams. We went in with 9 stegos and 4 rexes. The stegos have around 20k health, a 124 saddle and 10 veggie cakes each. The rexes have 25k health, a 124 saddle and mate boost. We went in with 10 players. Each one of us had full flag, 2 pieces of ghillie and fur for the weather. We also brought a tech chest piece just in case our teams didn't survive, so that we could continue with the tech chest pieces. Each person also had met brews, Freya curry, Kalian soup and Lazarus chowder. To start the fight you will need Alpha Raptor Claw, Alpha Carno Arm, Alpha T-Rex Tooth, Alpha Mosa Tooth, Alpha Megalodon Fin, Alpha Tuso Eye, Alpha Leech Blubber, and the 3 alpha heads, Dragon, Megapithecus, and Broodmother. Let's get started. I didn't say it out loud, but every single one of us also brought a capped shotgun and about 1000 rounds. You might wonder why 1000? Well, the Stego Riders will use their shotguns quite a lot in the cave. The Rex Riders will obviously just attack with their Rexes. When you start the boss fight, you have 10 minutes to get all your players plus dinosaurs inside. If you're familiar with Tek Cave, you might want to skip to the next chapter in the video. But if you want more information about the actual cave, keep watching. When you fire up the boss fight, you don't lose the items that you put into the terminal and you can take them with you, which is very nice if you want to put up some heads in your base. As soon as we enter the cave, I equip my ghillie, drink Kalian soup and Lazarus chowder. This first part of the cave is super hot, so make sure to keep an eye out on your character's health. Our plan worked as following: 1 ridden stego up front, 4 rexes as protection, and the rest followed behind with teams in follow. The stego up front made sure the Perlovias aggroed on him. You can't get dismounted of a stego by a Perlovia. As soon as the Perlovias jumped out, the rexes went in and munched everything around the stego. Right off rip, we had a stego who didn't want to live anymore, and he walked into the lava. On official, the AI pathfinding isn't great. So as you can see, we hopped off a couple of times, but eventually we just gave up and we only had 1 stego left on following. I was riding the Rex while my tribe mate worked on getting both stegos down into the cave. Yes, there's different methods to do this cave. For example, with a Quetzal that you can whistle down into the cave. But with all the lag on official, we thought it might be safer to do the long route with our stegos and rexes. This is the moment where I had to help with the stego that didn't want to follow, but my character got stuck. If you want to play it safe, do not hop off your mount in the cave. As you can see, my character was stuck here and it took me quite a while to get out of this by jumping. I've sped up the video by 5 times. This way you don't have to watch for too long, but you do get to see the route we took down. The route is pretty simple, but it's probably nice to see it in its entirety if you've never done the Tek Cave before. The creatures on Alpha are level 600. They take quite a lot of munching to kill. As you can see, my Rex handled it pretty well with her 124 saddle. My Rex isn't fully imprinted on me, but the little imprint definitely helped. My tribe mates didn't have their Rexes imprinted and they lost about half their health when we reached the boss teleportation area. So I would recommend to ride a Rex that you have imprinted yourself. Our Rexes had 11k base HP and 355 base melee. No mutations at all, only imprinted for like 80%. The creatures you want to worry about using this strat is the Uties. The Uties can do a fear roar and you obviously don't want to lose control of your dinosaur. Because this means your dino might run into the lava. And trust me, it probably won't survive. And even if it does, your character might not. In the Alpha Tek Cave we encountered 2 Gigas. These Gigas can also be card charged. The 2 Gigas we encountered were below level 100. Each time we saw one, we led a couple of stegos up front with shotguns to help the Rexes take out the Giga. If you're smart, you also take the Giga Hearts out, especially on official since the Giga and Carcher spawns are kinda rare. This is where we encounter our first Giga. We make sure to kill all the small creatures around it, and then we make room for the Stegos to shotgun the Giga. And as you can see, with the Rexes and the shotguns, it died pretty easy. Another tip to reduce your incoming damage is shooting the Arthropleurus from a distance. Arthropleurus basically reflect the damage you do on them. By shooting them, your creature doesn't lose health. Another creature in the Tek Cave is the Megalosaurus, by others referred to as the Sleeping Rex. You can walk by these if you don't bite them. We made the choice to get rid of all of them because we had Stegos at the end following us. These Stegos will not be able to take out these creatures if they wake up. Yes, you can definitely shotgun them, but we wanted to make sure the people at the end of the line only had to worry about making sure every Stego followed them down into the cave. Another creature that can stun you in this cave are the Microraptors. Watch out for these, they are fast and come at you out of nowhere. In my hotbar you can also see beer. I brought this just in case a Perlovia or Microraptor dismounted me. When they dismount you, you might end up next to your tame in the midst of all the cave creatures. When you pop a beer, you can handle way more incoming damage to wait out the dismount timer so you can hop back on your tame. This is just a safety precaution because our Stego up front worked perfectly for the Perlovias. Another tip for the cave, make sure to form a decent line with your creatures. Sometimes the path is very small and getting stuck on one another is not ideal. As you can see, there is lava everywhere in this cave. With the lag on official, sometimes you get teleported back and that might just be after you made a turn, making your turn straight into the lava. So when it lags, instantly stop moving to make sure that doesn't happen. You're better off taking some extra time than losing a tame or yourself in the lava. The Stego riders who are following the Rexes could even constantly equip and unequip their shotgun. This way they can instantly see if the server is lagging or not. They can call it out for the other players so that everybody can stop moving at the same time. Another thing, you can get stuck on a dead body with your Stego, for example. When this happens, wait until a tribe mate helps you with getting rid of the body. When you keep pressing forward yourself, you might shoot out of the body and end up somewhere you don't want to be. Of course, this doesn't happen often, but it is something to keep in mind. We just encountered the second Giga. This one was also below level 100. With the Rexes and the shotguns, we killed this one just as easy as the first one. Don't forget to grab the Giga Heart. Getting tributes is always nice. We almost reached the second part of the cave. This is where it gets cold. So as soon as we go through the barrier, we put on our fur pieces and drink the free curry. While we're here, I also want to tell you about my Twitch. I also stream multiple days per week on Twitch, so if you're interested in live streams, check out my channel, Gingerella with 3 A's at the end. The link will be down in the description. This is the barrier I'm talking about. As soon as we go through this barrier, we equip our fur and consume our free curry. Luckily, this next part of the cave is less hostile and we didn't encounter any cave creatures in here. We reached the teleportation area and we parked our dinos with our butts against each other. I helped out my tribe mate by picking up the other Stego and we waited until everybody was there. While we're on the Stego topic, I'd like to tell you our base stats. These Stegos are nothing special. They had about 5.5k base health, but they are imprinted and leveled. I equipped my tech chest piece just in case my stego doesn't survive the next part, so I can continue with my tech chest piece. This wasn't needed after all. The teleportation area will bring us to the smaller cave, which then leads us to the actual boss encounter. But this smaller cave contains 2 explorer nodes. You probably won't be in this cave very often, so make sure to grab these. The first explorer node will be on the right hand side from the teleporter pad, and the second explorer node will be on the left hand side. You don't see me grabbing them because we already did the tech cave on Gamma. My tribe mate actually puts a rally point on them, so if you pause the video you can clearly see where they are. We walk all the way up to the boss arena and we wait for everybody to catch up. Once everyone is here, we walk in. The third explorer node is in the boss arena. The explorer node can be found all the way in the back left corner if you look into the arena from the door. You can see the rally point on it. We walk all the way up to the boss, and that's when the fight actually starts. This fight has multiple phases. In the first phase you can see the Overseer, and as soon as his shield is gone we start shotgunning. It takes a while for the shield to be gone. One of our unridden Rexes already went for it. The Overseer has laser beams. When these laser beams hit you, you get dismounted. But on a stego you don't get dismounted. That's why I personally really like stegos for this fight. Once we've done enough damage, phase 2 starts. This is where the Overseer turns into the dragon, monkey or broodmother. Due to the lag, the dragon, monkey or broodmother stays in place and doesn't move. This means we can easily shotgun them. Once we kill these bosses, the boss turns back into the Overseer. The Overseer will go around the field with his laser beams, and we just keep on shotgunning. When you've done enough damage, you'll turn into another boss, the Broodmother this time. The Broodmother also didn't move, and we could easily shotgun this one as well. Then he turns back into the Overseer again. During the fight, you can pick up element from the ground. The Overseer is back, we start shotgunning. He goes around the field with his laser beams. Well, we just keep shotgunning. Picking up the element is not worth it, because when you ascend, all the element in your inventory or in your dino's inventory will disappear. The Overseer turned into the dragon, so we keep shotgunning the dragon until he's dead. Also, don't forget to like or subscribe, it is super helpful. You can do this boss fight with only 4 phases: Overseer Monkey, Overseer Broodmother, and Overseer Dragon, and then in the end Overseer again. But we didn't do enough damage. And we can see the Overseer turning back into the monkey again. So we kill the dragon, we wait for its shield to go away, and then we don't manage to kill it, which makes a new phase start. The Overseer turned into the monkey again. This time the health is way lower and we killed the monkey super quick. The boss turned back into the Overseer again, and with a slither of health, we killed it super easy. There we go, Alpha Tek Cave Ascension done. We unlocked the tech binoculars. At this moment I take my time to take off all my gear and put it in my stego. Sometimes when you ascend, your game crashes and you lose your inventory. So just to make sure I put everything in my tame, because the tames will automatically be teleported back to the entrance of the tech cave. But the element will disappear. In my inventory you can also see that I got 3 chibis. The Stegos barely lost any health. They did absolutely great in this boss fight. I will not show the Ascension so you can see this yourself. I hope this video is useful and I'll catch you guys in the next one.